Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't born to be famous. He was born in a time when equality was just a dream. But through courage, faith, and unstoppable determination, he turned that dream into a movement that changed the world. In the 1950s, segregation was the law of the land. Black Americans were treated as second-class citizens, denied fair education, voting rights, and even a seat on the bus. But Martin believed something powerful, that justice could be achieved without hate, that peace could defeat oppression. He once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Those words weren't just poetry, they were his strategy. In 1955, a woman named Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus. That single act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, and Martin, only 26 years old, became its leader. For 381 days, people walked instead of riding buses. They faced violence, threats, and arrests, but they stood firm. And when the Supreme Court finally ruled that segregation on buses was unconstitutional, it proved something incredible: nonviolence could win. From that moment, Martin became the voice of a generation. He led marches, delivered speeches, and inspired millions. But his fight was never easy. He was arrested more than 20 times. His home was bombed, and his life was constantly threatened. Yet he never picked up a weapon. His weapon was truth. His power was love. In 1963, he led over 250,000 people to the Lincoln Memorial for the March on Washington. There, he delivered one of the most famous speeches in history. "I have a dream," he spoke of a future where children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Those words shook the nation. They made America look in the mirror, and that moment became the turning point for civil rights. 2 years later, Martin stood next to President Lyndon B. Johnson as the Voting Rights Act was signed into law. It was a victory that generations had prayed for. But Martin's dream went beyond America. He spoke out against poverty, against war, and against any injustice that denied human dignity. His message was universal freedom for all people. On April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. He was only 39 years old. The bullet ended his life, but not his legacy. His dream lives on in every act of courage, every voice that speaks truth to power, every person who believes love is stronger than hate. Because Martin didn't just change laws, he changed hearts. He showed the world that true strength is not measured by violence or domination, but by compassion, faith, and moral courage. Today, when we face division and anger, his message is more urgent than ever. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin's dream wasn't just his, it's ours to continue. And if we keep believing in peace, in equality, and in love, that dream will never die.